All right, so we are in Montgomery County. Today is the... How you doing? Excuse me. Hey, I'm doing great. And yourself? Donovan Hylton. Are you helping to put this together here? Gotcha. I gotta meet Tiff then. Looks really good. So we are here at the Black Clarksville or blackclarksville.com Black Clarksville Week. And today we are connecting with all of the elected officials that are in Clarksville. Hello. It's facing me, by the way. It's facing me. All the African Americans that are current elected officials in Clarksville, as well as those that are running for a seat in Clarksville. So we're gonna get in here, check out some information, see what kind of relationships we can connect. So let's do it. All right, so BLKClarksville.com. It is an actual activity for a whole week. And if you don't mind, I was gonna give you my business card because I have.
Are you live on Facebook?
I'm not live right now, but so on the back here, it's one of my YouTube channels as far as getting the information out to the young folks.
Okay.
I almost want to ask you real quick one more time, what was the purpose of this week today, and how can more young folks get involved, and where can they go to get more information, if you don't mind?
Right. So if you want to connect with us at all this week, just log on to blackclarksville.com, BLKClarksville.com. This is a Black Clarksville week. We've got events going on all week. Today is our political forum. We don't want you guys to miss out on hearing what politicians, what candidates have to say. A lot of times they try to skip us. They try to go through the whole process without engaging us. We're forcing them to engage with us tonight. So we've got questions that we've gathered from our community, questions that we have. We're going to force them to answer those questions. And then we'll publish that information as best as we can. But you can lock in with us at blackclarksville.com to check out all the events we've got going on all week. If you need a healthcare professional who's an African American in this community, come out on Thursday to the Emmanuel Family Life Center, 303 Fairview Lane. We'll have Black Minds Matter. We've got Black healthcare professionals, from physicians to mental health professionals, and they can help you with those information. We have Black businesses all gathered in one group, again at the same place on Saturday morning about 10 o'clock. And then on Friday night, we're going to party. We have a For the Culture event. It's a Calvary Hall Event Center here in Clarksville. But you can get more information about all of that at blackclarksville.com, BLKClarksville.com.
We'll put the link at the bottom. Thank you so much, moderator, for your help.
Appreciate it, man.
And for the hospitality. Give us your name one more time.
Shedrick Webster.
Shedrick Webster. Much respect. Thank you.
Thanks for coming out. We're thankful that you all came out today to share some information and let the community meet you. I just really want to get people energized about the local elections that are happening, put some names and some faces, and also break down the barrier of feeling like you can't connect and talk to your local officials, knowing who to ask for what, and just feeling like you can say hello to students and local staff. We have a lot of amazing people in the building today and a lot of questions to get through and information, so I won't take up a lot of time. I think the sign of a good leader is knowing when. You know what you're doing, knowing what your lane is. So I am a poster. I am not a politician. This is not my lane, so I'm very, very thankful to have two amazing people here who do a lot of work for the community, a lot of work during and not during election season, just really being involved in the community. So they're going to be our moderators tonight. We have Monica Meeks and Shedrick Webster. And so they have the order that we sent out to everyone. We have everyone up here. And you all just come and answer your questions right up here at this mic, unless they do instruct you guys to use this one. And
thank you, Tiffany. Let's give it up for Tiffany for organizing this event. She does. She's been here since 4 o'clock, so thank you, Tiffany, for organizing this event.
I'm not a part of many organizations on purpose. If you've met me, if you had any conversation with me, you know I'm as independent as possible so that I can ask you the tough questions without somebody behind me trying to direct that information. If you're here as a voter, if you're not running for office, we definitely thank you for being here. If a candidate did not drag you here, we definitely appreciate you being here. Seriously, because you don't have to be here. I would like to recognize one person that's in our midst because she is a matriarch in our community, Miss Savella Terry. Can you raise your hand? You don't have to stand up. If you know much about the Black community in Clarksville, and you remember the name Jimmy Terry, this is the woman that made sure that he was strong enough to do what he did for our community. And so all of us, like Tiffany, Monica, myself, we owe what we do to people like Savella Terry. We definitely stand on your shoulders, Mama. We appreciate what you've done for our community for years and years and years. And we've taken the baton from you. We're going to run as hard as you did. We're going to do our best to continue on what you did. So we're going to come out to engage people where they are. And so we're going to ask you the questions so that we can make sure that people get a chance to hear you. We are live on Facebook. Is that right, Tiffany? What page are we on? Black Clarksville. That's BLK Clarksville. On Facebook, we are live on that page. So tell your friends they can go to that page. They can see what we're doing here. They get a chance to log in. They can engage with us there. They can even ask questions there. We may get a chance to answer some of those questions. We'll see.
Just so that you know, most of the detention situations that occur late at night, early in the morning, and we never know, I never know, at least I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure Judge Barnes is the same way. We don't know, we don't ask and we don't know the race of any child that we detain. But disproportionate minority confinement is an issue. And I think it's up to us as a community to put some services in those lower socioeconomic places. And I think the police have started one. They've started the juvenile initiative. And that's their goal, is to get out and reach out to those minority youth to prevent them from being confined. And it's unfortunate, but I can assure you that we're doing everything we can to keep those kids in their community, but the community needs to step up too.
I am the current district attorney. I'll tell you why I'm running. I started 15 years ago doing what I do. I prosecute crime. That's what the office is supposed to do. Websites are fine, social media is fine. They're not going to save your life. What we do is we prosecute the worst of the worst in our community. I looked up a few stats just for this occasion. In Clarksville, 1 in every 169 citizens will be a victim of violent crime in our community. The need is to prosecute those who are preying on our citizens. If that's not the focus of the district attorney's office, don't need to have one. And that's what I've done for 15 years. In the last 2 months, I've prosecuted 2 first-degree murder cases. Just since I've been appointed district attorney. That is what this community is facing. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. Not going to do it. I've seen it for 15 years. People killing, shooting at random strangers, people they know. They have to be removed. They have to be punished. If we're going to have a civilized community, that's what this office has to do. And tell you the truth, I'm the best one in it. I do it the best that anybody's ever done it. We have to decide what community we want to have here as we grow. We're bringing businesses in, our county leaders, more population. We have to protect people. And the way we do that is by removing those who want to cause us harm. No ifs, ands, or buts. That is what the district attorney's office does. And that's what I bring, and that's the kind of office I will build.
A real sense of community that day, a real sense of connection, and I think being an active member of the community is just finding ways to do that. So, and I thank you all for letting us have this.
So that our community does have young individuals that want to actively participate. In fact,
down there at the University of Memphis, when I began my law career.
A lot of great work.
We've had some great things happen, but there's still a little bit more work to be done. We've got clean audits. We've got accolades for our accessibility, our honesty, and our transparency. That's important to me. The widows and widowers, the elderly and the disabled. I almost cried, I actually did, my first year as I'm entering these vouchers and I look at income of some of our neighbors. Their taxes are really $300. Some of their taxes are really, their property taxes are $200, and they need help paying those bills. And my question was, how are they eating? So, pre-COVID, went out to the community, had almost 40 tax relief seminars, because guess what? The poor can't come get on the internet in some cases. They're not in these offices, they're at church. And I talk to people about it because it may not be you, but when you think about making those Thanksgiving baskets, those Christmas baskets, those are the folks who you need to point to us.
My name is Wes Gold, and I'm running for Montgomery County Mayor. And I'm running because I love Montgomery County. I love the citizens of Montgomery County. My grandfather moved my family here back in the 1950s, and we've been here ever since. And I want my kids and my grandkids to love this town as much as I do. I want your kids to love it here as much as I do. I don't want our kids going off to school and never coming back home or going somewhere else to get jobs. I want to build the sense of community here in Montgomery County.
My name is Dick Sarge Lopez. I am running for County Commissioner for District 4. Now, what I love about District 4 is that with the rezoning, guess what they gave me? They gave me almost all the way up to Norman Smith Elementary. Now, Norman Smith Elementary is a historically underfunded, it's an African-American school.
I didn't complete, I never finished. You know, I didn't get to finish. So this would be my way of getting back and being able to finish.
Funding formula which our state uses to fund all of our schools. There are 46 components. It's very complex. $4.8 billion, 25% of the state's budget. It's broken down to 4 areas. I wrote some notes. Instructional salary, benefits, classrooms, and non-classroom. It is very complex. I feel like too complex, and it makes things complex.
It's also in the process of being revamped. So there's the Tennessee investment in student achievement is what's being worked on now, which is going to be a totally new funding formula, and I think it might add some benefits to what we're going through now. We need to update it, and it's being updated now. So
I can tell you all, I'm not like probably any other lawyer any of y'all ever heard of man. The difference between me and most lawyers is I don't usually charge anybody by the hour. I do most of my stuff on the flat fee, contingency work. If I ask some of y'all, I'm really here, we got a lot of politicians here, I know all of them, I'm here to talk to Black Clarksville. How many of y'all know of a civil rights lawyer in Clarksville? Anybody know of one? Well, guess what? I'm actually a civil rights lawyer. I've got a case right now against Montgomery County, Tennessee, regarding suicides in the jail here that I brought on behalf of somebody whose child died in the jail. Nobody should die in this jail over here, suicide. I'm a public interest lawyer as part of my practice. I'm also a general practitioner, do criminal law, divorces. I've got a very diverse background. I worked at a firm here in Clarksville. I had the pleasure of actually representing the government. And they said when I left, they said, you're going to go use what you learned and you're going to sue the government. And that's what I've done. I am a true freedom fighter. I know the tyranny of government, the power of government upon the small person. And the only person, first of all, you've got to be able to find a lawyer that'll help you. But the other person is it takes a judge to be able to stand in there and make a tough decision, to stand up for people's individual rights. I'd ask for y'all's vote. I'll give you my credentials. Some of y'all may know Folkeston's Funeral Home, the Merriweather. Mr. Larry passed away the year before last. Some of y'all may know his son, who's took it over. He goes by Pig, Mr. Jenkins. They're my clients. And I think they like me because I don't charge them by the hour. But the difference between me and the person I'm running against, like it's 2 words. I care. I'm going to make a difference if I get this seat. I'm going to make good decisions. I'm going to take it to heart and give everybody be able to say what they want to say in front of the court. Most of all, I want to treat people with respect.
I've never had a politician knock on my door. The last election, one guy came and knocked on my door. I wasn't home. He only did that because I said something, and he wanted to prove me wrong. So he figured out where I was, He went and knocked on my door. Guess where I was? I was probably out in the community helping somebody do something. Okay? So come to where we are. There are voters at Loaves and Fishes. There are voters at the Salvation Army. There are voters at the place that you guys don't frequent. Go there. See those people. If I don't see you in those places, I'm going to call you out. Y'all know I will. Y'all know I'll do it. If you've seen my Facebook, if you've seen some of the other political forums I've done, you know that's how I am. That's, again, why I don't, that's why I'm not involved with any group, so that I can do these things my way. Those things that benefit the people that I represent. Okay? So Tiffany will allow you to do closing remarks. But again, I encourage you guys, get out in the streets, beat the streets, come see us where we are, ask questions, answer questions, hear from us. We're available, we're open, we want to see you guys.
For those of you who didn't get my introduction when I first came up here before we got started, just trying to get everybody on time. I am Tiffany Perkins, the founder of Black Clarksville and the organizer of Black Clarksville Week. I truly thank everyone who came out today, from candidates to current elected officials to community members who just wanted to know what was going on, put some faces to some names, and get a couple of questions. It was a lot of candidates. We didn't have a ton of time, but I thank you guys for being patient with us and being here. It's a Monday, and it was definitely a Monday, so I appreciate everyone who made it their way out here to speak to the community. We did have live going. I encourage everyone to seek out these candidates, ask them the questions, keep on putting pressure on people. If you didn't see someone here tonight in any of these categories that represented you, like we've said before, there's still time. There is still time. We have a ton more stuff going on for Black Clarksville Week. You can find us at blkclarksville.com. We also have our information back there on a QR code that you can scan, and some information about our Juneteenth block party that will be coming up. I will not keep you guys any longer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great night.
All right, so we just finished wrapping up BlacksClarksville.com meet and greet, if you will, and panel discussion with current elected officials and those that are running for office. Some of the bigger things that always jump out to me, especially we're talking about Blacks Clarksville, with all due respect, this is just really all over the place. Got to get more young adults involved. I think I was probably one of the youngest folks, out there. Mr. Dean, if you don't mind, running for a Chancellery Court judge. You just got done with the panel, if you don't mind. What was your experience, some of your takeaways, and how can folks reach you and find out more about being involved in your campaign, if you don't mind?
If you want to get on to deanforchancellor.com, that'll be the website for my run. What was good about tonight, I got to tell the group here at Black Clarksville why I'm the best candidate for this race is because I've served Black Clarksville, one of the few civil rights attorneys in this community, have brought actions against Montgomery County, City of Clarksville, disabled people, minorities, and I'd appreciate your support and vote when we get into August general election.
Just give me your website one more time.
Yes, deanforchancellor.com.
We'll put the link down there. Thank you so much for your time, sir. And congrats. All the best in your race, I'll say.
Thanks.
More than welcome. So more young folks have to get involved. I always appreciate the passion for those that are running for office, but I want to see more of the policy. Passion versus policy, meaning, okay, I know why you're running or what motivates you to run, but what can you bring to the table? A lot of times those things can be easily answered through documentation. So having a type of booklet or some documentation of the work that you've accomplished and the policies and plans and goals that you plan to accomplish always helps. And having things of documentation also shows that you take your role very seriously. I mean, at the end of the day, it's always time to create change. Nothing stays the same. Everything can use improvement. But when it comes to it's time to change, what particularly are you going to do as an elected official, assuming you win the election, to actually make the change? And again, action steps, methodical steps are very good when it comes to connecting with your constituents to show that you're serious. So again, make sure you connect to blkclarksville.com if you're in Montgomery County. Make sure you stay engaged. We need more young folks. It's supposed to be for Black Clarksville, and we got to have more representation, not just in Clarksville, but just across the board. We got to get more young folks involved. But thank you so much for your time. Make sure you visit your local candidates' websites and stay engaged and vote. Peace. We're here with Tiffany. She's on the spot. Tiffany, Black Clarksville. You don't have to look at the camera if you don't want to. BlackClarksville.com.
Yes.
Excellent job.
BlackClarksville.com, BLK Clarksville. I am Black Clarksville. Yes.
What was the motivation to throw this event? It was very well ran, and what was the motivation? Let me ask you that.
So Black Clarksville Week came out of just want to do something different for Black History Month. I think a lot of times we only focus on the history, and then we do a lot of conversation about lack and what we don't have and things that happen to us. And I think Black everything is the wave right now. You know what I mean? Like not for it to be a fad, but like honestly, truthfully, and I wanted to definitely honor what has been. So we started off the week yesterday actually with Black History Tours at the Mount Olive Historic Cemetery. So we're honoring what has been while also celebrating what is and what will be. So we're doing 6 events this week that I feel like encompass all parts of Black community, history, politics, education, networking, art and culture, and then also Black business and organization. So like some of them said tonight, I love this community. I love Black people. I come from Black people. I think we're amazing, and anything I can do to uplift and empower and provide the resources, I'm game for that.
Give us that website one more time where young folks and African Americans, Black folks can get involved in Black Clarksville.
Absolutely. So blkclarksville.com. You can also find us on Instagram and Facebook at Black Clarksville.
All right, we'll put the links at the bottom. Thank you so much, T, and much respect to your work.
Thank you.
Thank you. More than welcome. All right, so that's how it works. Make sure you get out here, shake a hand, meet new people, and I'll see you next time.